Oilers Nation After Dark begins now.
Well, it simply just was not the Edmonton Oilers night tonight, as yet again, the ever-awaited 3-game winning streak. We gotta keep waiting on that one yet again. Not the best effort. 9 times they've tried to do this.
Those are 9 digits.
10 swings at it. We'll do it on the 10th one. I'm just gonna keep fucking lying.
Sounds like me with a chick I have a crush on. It's like, no, the 10th.
I'll finally work up the courage to talk to her.
Yeah.
Go and mute. The Oilers, once again, not the best effort we have seen from them recently. You can easily say that. Lethargic offense, low intensity, until the third period, where it was a classic case of too little, too late. They poured it on in the third. Jake Allen had some big stops. The Oilers shooting themselves in the foot as well. A post involved. Menzies, nothing like breaking down a 2-1 hockey game at 11 p.m. local time.
Yeah.
That's why they pay us the big bucks, baby.
Big money.
You guys are getting paid?
Yeah. I'm not on that full-time salary yet.
Okay, I'm getting paid.
You're getting the bucks.
It's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it. Hello, what up? We got to pay the bill. Shut up, Bet365.
Yeah.
Whatever the moment, 19 plus. Please play responsibly.
Taking your money tonight.
Oh, they took it.
Stealing it.
I just gave it to them on Bet365 tonight. Bordzy's Bankroll went perfect. Gave you 14 and a half units over the weekend. Not even close this evening. Not even remotely close, I would say. Just 3 swings, 3 big misses. Tough one. Joined this evening by one, Michael Menzies, contributor here at Oilersnation. We've had a good time at the office tonight. You ordered some Oodle Noodle.
Yeah, I had some Oodle Noodle.
Company
I
man.
thought I'd get involved in the Noodle War and let them know what side I was on.
Fuck walk box.
Yeah, exactly. So that was fun. I don't know what it is.
Other than that,
I don't know what it is. 2-1-0 games live in here and a shit fest for 40 minutes and then can't finish fest for the last 20.
the edging in that third period.
Story of my life.
Tell you right
Raise
on
the puck.
Raise the puck.
Get it up.
Or just, you know what? No, fair enough.
Remember how popular Cialis commercials were for a while when the dad would go down and turn up the
speaker on the kids. Yeah. Those were all-time commercials. So you can tell, folks, it's a late one here at Oilers Nation HQ. I believe I am now on hour 14 of the day in the office.
Go.
I'm not complaining.
No. Cheers.
Drinks are still flowing.
Cheers,
We're
buddy.
having a good time.
Cheers,
We're having a
buddy.
good time over here.
At the end of my first 16-hour day, I interviewed Jason Kenney. Seriously, before he was the premier.
No way.
This was in July.
What did he have to say about the
2018.
Pontiacs?
Yeah, no Pontiacs. This was a hardcore. Well, I should say that, but it was an intensive interview. It was an intensive
It
interview.
was one-on-one. It was
Actually,
it was very political. It was a very political interview, obviously, because he was the UCP leader.
He's a
Carbon
politician.
tax, the whole deal. But that was my,
funny that
first
you
real long work day.
Funny that you
Yeah.
mentioned that because here's Jason Kenney right now.
Right from the ATCO board, right here. There you go.
I also like that you said work a 16-hour day. I'm going to put work in quotations for what we do here at Oilers Nation HQ. But Menzies, I feel like it's a little bit of a simple breakdown tonight in this one. The Oilers just didn't have it tonight in this. It was not going to be their night. For once again, the first 40 minutes, they looked like a shell of themselves, not the Edmonton Oilers that we know and love. But that third period was a bit of Oilers hockey. It was electric. Once again, you're going to hear me say it a lot. Case of too little, too late from these Edmonton Oilers. They fucked way too many pucks over the ice tonight. I don't know if it was the ice. I don't know what it was. There was pucks jumping all over the place. The inability to complete simple passes, breakout passes in the offensive zone. There was, for 40 minutes, barely anything to like about this Oilers hockey game. We compare our notes after every intermission, and we looked at each other and went, okay, well, the Pods fight was sick. Ref's kind of giving me a screw job. Whatever. Other than that, didn't have a whole lot through 40 minutes.
No, he really didn't. After 40, I think they had 5 even strength shots. It was the classic button hook in the ozone, get pucks low to high, the blue line. Will they shoot it from there? No.
Nope.
Oftentimes tonight, not. The one time they did. Well, one of the times they did, they score their only goal. Savoy, excuse me, please, thank you, goes off him and
the
in.
only goal they scored was a point shot from a rush defenseman where Matt Savoy tried to get out of the way during the play, which once again, hey, he scored first goal in 16 games. Got to throw pucks on net in dangerous areas. It's just not a lot coming from the forward group shots wise. And I like the way you described that button hook offense, high to low. It was fine. The trailer. Okay. It's not working. Go around again. And it's not like it's anything that different from a theme we've seen for much of the season for the Oilers. You've heard me so many nights this year talk about perimeter offensive attack of the Edmonton Oilers trying to pass the puck into the net. Once again, they had their opportunities. Podkolzin has a breakaway. Hyman hits a post. McDavid doing McDavid stuff. I do feel like they thoroughly missed Leon Draisaitl in this game, but Menzies, with that offensive attack for 40 minutes, you don't deserve to win the game.
Well, and look at it. Regula played 2 minutes and 35 seconds.
Hell, the least he's pissed me off in a game where he's been
so you're 11-7. Well, actually, you're 11-6. But Colson gets 17 minutes in penalties. So you're actually 11. No, you're 10-6. And you're going down the lineup, and it feels thin. When Draisaitl and Kapanen are not there, it felt thin tonight because if it wasn't the McDavid grouping going, some flashes at times from the, Savoy and Howard combo. How many fucking Janmark turnovers tonight? You're already playing with Janmark in. So you're already down a forward.
You made that joke earlier that, you're starting with 11, you're starting with 10, you lose
this
Pods,
is where,
you're down to none.
Yes, 11-7 in theory can work, but it doesn't take much for, obviously worst case. I didn't like that, but Colson gets, jobbed there on getting the misconduct and 17 minutes in penalties if they're sticking up for his teammate. I didn't like to see that. I don't think anybody did. And next thing you know, now you're playing with 3 lines, right? And it doesn't take that much to do it. Never mind if there's going to be an injury. McDavid, I think Battle pointed this out when that awful call for taking them both for a dive takes him out. Now McDavid's off the power play, but the play continued for 2 more minutes. So McDavid's still in the box because it's an offsetting penalty. So that's another 2.5 minute stretch, almost 5 minutes without McDavid at your disposal on a power play that wasn't going very well at all on the night. With that said, Wallman had a great chance, Hyman had a slot shot. So, it's just a frustrating one. It's their 6th game in 9 nights. I get it. The Devils are playing on a back-to-back. It was ugly to watch at times.
There's been a lot of hockey recently for these Edmonton Oilers, but this is a stretch. You are at home. You are taking on lesser opponents. These are ones you got to find a way to get 2 points during the month of January. Find some distance between you and the rest of the Pacific Division. Rain City, it's a good word. Discombobulated. That's a good word for the Edmonton Oilers offensive attack for 40 minutes of this hockey game. It just didn't look right. I also realized, first things first, I totally forgot to check in with the chat. How dare I do that?
Check in.
Chat, I miss you. I'm sorry. First things first. This one made me laugh. Oleandra Blue. Gonna go smoke weed and not stress about an inability to win 3 in a row. Give me about 75 minutes from now, and I might be joining you on the same, Brett. Augers, simple one. Therapy, please. Yeah. Frustrating performance from the Oilers. One where they're capable of doing so much more. You just mentioned it with the way Chris Knobloch elected to play the lineup in this hockey game. There's no way you could have ever imagined that an injury would have went down and we'll get into it in just a second. I did not like the alignment on pre-gaming earlier today before the hockey game. And 17 minutes of penalties, which, hey, it is what it is. You need to account for that. And the Oilers immediately, already without Leon, already without Kapanen, you're playing without Podkolzin. It was a tough way to start. Awesome moment from Pods, though. We're not gonna rain on that parade.
No, exactly.
Percy's in, said, hope will never die. 2 wins, 1 L, then 2 wins, 1 L repeatedly will lead us to the cup. Now, technically speaking, you are correct. That is loser talk, but I am a loser, and I have sat here 9 separate times this season going, well, we'll get him on the next opportunity.
I mean, at this point, it's comedic. I mean, you just have to lean into it because obviously this deal will just drive you nuts otherwise, but it's like 9 times?
How?
9
Why?
times?
What is it about 3 games? That's not a long winning streak by any degree. I believe it's the Oilers and the St. Louis fucking Blues that are the 2 teams that have yet to win 3 in a row. And yes, the Oilers are in a playoff spot. We're sitting pretty, grand scheme of things. This is just it's just a thing we've been chasing all year. But damn it, it is frustrating that the Oilers can't just find a way to kick it in gear.
Let's just enjoy the 2-game streaks. Why
what?
are we going to put so much pressure on
Next time we win 2 in a row, I'm popping champagne.
Yeah.
That's it. We're doing it.
Enjoy.
Brett, you think I'm kidding? You think I'm kidding?
I'm streaking when we win 3. I'm kidding.
You know what? Wait. Dre said, Aaron, take your clothes off if McDavid get points for 30 in a row. I'll take my clothes off for 3 wins in a row.
Whoa.
Fingers across. Fingers across. That's how I get you. That's how I get
Roll
you.
back the tape.
We'll see, because at this rate, it's just simply not going to happen. Next
Bordzy bulging the twine here tonight. Watch out.
I'm going to wear a banana hammock made out of the twine. Chase Orvis.
I just replayed the footage, brother, on YouTube. There was nothing crossed.
It was behind the laptop. Nurse costing this team on a boneheaded play. Shocker of the year. Good to know Janmark is actually worse offensively than a wheel of cheese. Folks, this is a perfect time for me to mention. We got the voicemail line at the top of the YouTube chat right now. If you got anything to say about Darnell Nurse, if you got anything to say about Matthias Janmark, maybe Nobby's alignment to go 11-7 tonight, let it rip. It's late in Edmonton right now. I'm past overtired. Had a couple beers this evening.
Yeah.
We also did our best to get the third period energy going again.
Yeah, we had to. We had to get the spirits high. More way than one.
That was good.
So yeah, it's one tonight that frustrating, and hopefully you're comfy at your house, at your home, watching it. The remote, quick at hand to flip to NCIS Origins.
Raptors Warriors was tonight. Crime scene, scene of the crime.
Exactly. Is it Chicago night tonight?
No, that's Chicago Wednesdays.
Wednesday.
Yeah, Chemo's in.
Liam, I know the rookie right away. It was teed up,
He's
ready
got
to
that
play.
PDR with Young Sheldon as well. Those are Liam's 2 go-to network shows.
He's feeling Phillian.
Unbelievable. Nice. Shout out to local boy. Chemo Man said it's the sense of urgency that is missing throughout the earlier part of the game. Nail on the head right there. You saw it in the final 20 minutes. The Oilers, okay, shit or get off the pot time. We got to start firing pucks on net. They outshoot the Devils 13-3 in the third period. They had 10 shots through 40 minutes of this hockey game, and it's nothing new for these Oilers where we see them try and pass the puck into the net. Doesn't work. Come the final 20 minutes, or I'll say the stretch run at the end of the hockey game, and what do you know? They do know how to play some urgent hockey, throwing pucks on net. Cato then said, Leon, come back to us soon, please. Thoroughly. Over the weekend, the Oilers, they put up 11 goals, back-to-back shutouts. Everybody chipped in the lineup. They were lesser opponents in the Vancouver Canucks and the St. Louis Blues. You were able to survive, tread water without Leon Draisaitl tonight, and I think having 11 forwards to start the game had something to do with that, but you saw it on the power play as well. They were missing Leon Draisaitl.
Well, and you know what's frustrating about tonight, too, is that, the Islanders are in a playoff spot. They lost a frustrating game Thursday. They were the better team in that one. The Oilers dominate this one in terms of, total scoring chances in the game. All situations, 15-7. They doubled them up. In the third period, it took over 15 minutes for the Devils to get a shot on goal. The Devils are not a good hockey team. They are in the struggle bus. They're in a back-to-back. I get it. 6 game and 9 nights. Whatever. That's not a good hockey team over there right now. You got to find ways to have more jump and just more urgency. It's okay to funnel pucks towards the net. It's okay. It's okay to do that. It's okay to try it.
Especially at a point when Jake Allen's making some good stops here and there. You're clearly snake bitten. You're overpassing too much here and there. And we've seen these Oilers make that switch. Third period, boom. Okay, we're going to try and be more urgent with it. It's just very frustrating that it takes that long.
You're looking up 30 minutes in the game, and there's 6 shots on goal.
Maybe I should throw one on the fucking net right now.
They get an opportunity on a puck over glass, right? Not much was going on in that second period, especially. They get an opportunity puck over glass, and the best chance is Jari pulling out the Broder windmill, hello, sort of stop. Otherwise, they were cutting in and out. They win the ozone draw. Wallman kicks it back to the top. They had opportunities. Instead, they got a 2-on-1, and there was a 2-on-1 later on the next opportunity.
Yeah, it was.
And again,
Brett, pull that back one more time. I know we're being negative, but this is the most positive part of the entire night. Maybe the Podkolzin fight. This one, that's a sexy windmill from one Tristan Jarry. Obviously, the first goal that he allowed in this hockey game, bit of a stinker, bit of a shitburger, sneaked right through him. Didn't like it. I know he didn't like it. Immediately that one goes down. I turned to both of you and went, all right, he's off the hook for that first one.
Yeah, absolutely. What a stop.
I literally jumped out of my chair in this, and it's the extra swag points for doing that windmill. It's a nice feed. Cody Glass. This was the Cody Glass game for the New Jersey Devils. He was all over the place. I know we talk about miscellaneous tertiary players to add at the deadline.
No.
My power rankings, Cody Glass just went up thoroughly throughout the
this
season.
was a cream candidate of the night for sure. We, changing the blue to cream. And
you know what wasn't? This fucking play by Darnell Nurse right here along the bench. You talk about the 2-on-1. We just saw Tristan Jarry make the one stop. This one on so many levels makes me so frustrated. Leon Draisaitl trying to get in 1-2, not Leon Draisaitl. Darnell Nurse trying to get in an extra 1, 2, 3, 4 shots along the bench, delaying his change, then deciding to make that change at the worst possible time, immediately creating a 2-on-1 going the other way, where no shit, the New Jersey Devils are able to capitalize on this one. You talk about just leaving your goaltender out to dry a little bit here, leaving your whole team out to dry. Darnell Nurse, the Ty Emerson pairing, we'll get into it a little bit later with the jeans, you could imagine, thoroughly did not like their game in this one. You see it in the chat already. A lot of people getting at Darnell for this one, and Menzies, he deserves it.
It's a selfish play.
Yeah, man.
It's a selfish play, and he's a veteran. He's a veteran, and I thought the Nurse Emerson pair struggled tonight, but the Oilers have this consistent problem of who are we going to play with Darnell? Who are we going to play with Darnell? That's just a selfish play. I didn't like it at all. You're in the long change second period. You're in a tight game. You found a way to get a greasy goal to tie it already after a bad goal against. Okay, so we're even Steven again. Can we bump and grind in a 1-1 game? It's just... That's a frustrating play.
Yeah, Tyler Mulek's in. He says, I know I'm not in this chat often. Love to have you here, Mulek. He says, but I feel like this is one of those games you just burn the tape. No dry, bad officiating, move on, whatever. To that, Mulek, I would say I host a post-game show, so drop that fucking attitude right now. We are going to freak out and overanalyze every possible thing.
Is this the 10th burn the tape game?
Dude, I have literally gone in my backyard, dug a hole, physically buried the tape, put dirt on top of it, but feels like a little bit of deja vu on an evening like this. Then finally, a couple super chats. Reminder, your super chats are all in support of the Ben Stelter Foundation. There is still positivity on a night like this, and it comes out of this Ben Stelter Fund. Rusty's in, $5. What a wildly frustrating game. Luckily, you don't need a 3-game heater to win the cup. Winning 2 out of 3 on the way to a championship would be hilarious.
No doubt it would.
That adds on to your point that basically the other day here, nine chances at this, unsuccessful every single one of them. You just have to sit back, giggle a little bit.
We have to stop bringing it up.
Yes,
we honestly do. We can't. Yeah.
The next pregame we do. Hopefully the Oilers find a way to win 2 consecutive games for the rest of the season. Fuck, what have I done? Oh God, I'm not bringing it up at all. We're not mentioning it in the chat. Done. You mention it, you're getting booted. Because we gotta find a way to dig deep here and figure this out. Josh is in. He said Nuge not getting that second shot cost me a plus 420. Nice. Same game parlay. Still love him though. That's why you bet responsibly. That's why you only bet what you're willing to lose. Matt Snell then just gave us $1. Didn't say anything. But I appreciate that because it's going to a good place in the Ben Stelter Fund. He's then in and said,
I feel like a fucking ripper. Did
you just throw a loony at me? I take off my sweater.
Yeah. So 3-game streak and you're streaking. Hey, okay.
I'll do anything for the Ben Stelter Fund.
Huh?
almost anything. What a dumb play by Nurse costing us the game. Yeah, seen that a couple times in the chat already. And Soggy Corp said 20 years of High School Musical jinx the game.
Well, I brought that up during the game. We were trying to find angles.
We were in our bag trying to figure out things to talk about.
Yeah, and I thought maybe a Corbin Blue angle might be,
A Bella.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Bella
good.
Danger. Yeah.
Flying.
All right, first
They
things
didn't have
first.
that Wildcat energy tonight required.
Yes, he did.
They didn't have their head in the game.
No.
Gotta get your head in the game. Head in the game. I can't believe I just did that.
That
Quickly,
is-
big shout out to our new friends here on Oilers Nation After Dark. Capital. Wait, no. Damn it, Brad, I picked the wrong one. Derek Dodge, Edmonton. I have to go back and forth between them because people, this is a new beginning of a new chapter for Derek Dodge as they are under new ownership, bringing a fresh approach, new energy, and a renewed focus on customer experience. And right now, Michael Menzies, they have an unbeatable deal. With every vehicle purchase, you will receive a trip for two to Las Vegas.
Oh.
Yes, that's right. Sin City, Las Vegas. Leave the lot with your new vehicle and flights and accommodations for a trip for two to Las Vegas. Now, it's not the nation vacation. That's the first Las Vegas trip that I would recommend you come
keep
on.
going.
But if you're in the market for a new vehicle and you have to choose between nation vacation or a new car, those funds are wildly different. But maybe you just want to go two birds stoned at once. Shout out to Ricky.
Yeah.
And you just go down to Capital or Derek Dodge. Wow, I messed that up again.
Anyone else from that show you want to shut up?
No.
Huh.
You should have seen how Brett just dropped his mic right there. That was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Shout out over there to
Yeah.
our new friends. Quickly, also, let's get into some headlines brought to you by Greta Bar Yeg. Brett, give me some drizz. When I do this is the hotline bling dance that Drake used to do. Brett, you understand.
Might be too strong.
I feel like the others were Bobby Althoff tonight. The refs were Drake.
Yeah, well, here. No, continue along. So, pretty low event hockey game tonight for the Edmonton Oilers. It was, and once again, I'll say it was a lack of offense from both sides. It wasn't just the Edmonton Oilers in this. If you want loser talk, positive spin zone, the Oilers defended pretty well in the game for the most part, besides that boneheaded mistake from Darnell Nurse deciding to change on that eventual game-winning goal, I do believe. But shots for the Devils, they only had 17 in this hockey game. Tristan Jarry was not all that tested. And in the third, we've talked about enough the first two periods, the effort, the lackadaisical, low effort the Oilers gave. In the third, they found a way to try and attempt to clean it up a little bit. But if we're going to go positive here, I do think overall, you look at this last stretch of games for the Oilers, obviously two back-to-back shutouts on Saturday, Sunday. But go back to Thursday, dude. They allowed one goal against the New York Islanders. They allowed 2 goals tonight. That's 3 over their last 4 hockey games. I'm going to find a way to be positive here and have a positive headline.
Well, these are
to
facts.
start off this segment. There is good here in the Edmonton Oilers lately and what they've done. We saw the numbers going around social media. Their goals against average now top 10 in the NHL since they acquired Jarry, I do believe is when that date was. Do you agree with some of my positive sentiment? I don't want to be overly negative and rain on everything because as Milik said, it's one game, you bury the tape, whatever. There's some positive defensive moments, you could say. The Devils didn't get much.
No, in the third period, it was completely tilted, for example. And even the moments that the Devils were better, like there was the middle part of the first period before the whole McDavid hit whatever, where the Devils had the puck, but they were missing high and wide. And, the Oilers were kind of allowed to meander their way into the hockey game. And then, like I said, I'm not burying Jarry here. I didn't like the first goal against. I think he thinks he should have that. Other than that, like they didn't give up a ton. There was 7 high danger chances total. In the third period, it was completely one-sided. They were gassed, hanging on for dear life. The Oilers hit a post. They were coming this way or the other. Allen sliding around, hitting, Jordan secret stuff in his water bottle to keep him engaged, in the game. Space Jam reference. Now, it just all makes it frustrating because this was a very winnable hockey game. And I think it would ease everyone's minds a little bit if they were able to, sustain this for a little while. But it does seem to be 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And all things considered, too, like they were undermanned tonight. They were undermanned. I thought the officiating, didn't help them a ton tonight. Do you want to get into that? We haven't talked about this whole McDavid.
So first thing I want to talk about, we're going to do the
situation.
Podkolzin in just a second, but Mulek, excellent point. 17 million on the IR, not the LTIR, IR. We are playing with 3/4 of a team, and absolutely, you could feel it tonight. And the irony is that the New Jersey Devils are the team playing on the second half of a back-to-back with travel in a game last night that went to overtime against the Calgary Flames. But the Oilers, they just felt against it in their lineup a little bit. And I don't know if it's overworked and whatnot. And then that's a perfect segue into it, because obviously the Oilers decide to go 11-7 in this hockey game to start. We talked about it a lot on pre-gaming. I do not understand the thought process of keeping 3 goalies on the active roster when you can only dress 2, and the 2 of them are coming off perfect shutouts and are miles ahead of when Calvin Pickard. Once again, you have to legally say, I love Calvin Pickard and I appreciate everything he's done for us. Got the disclaimer in. Okay, now we're good and we can move on to what we need to do this season. And the fact that the Oilers piss me off, frankly, that they decide we're going to keep Pickard up in the press box because maybe a goaltender injury could happen down the line. The next 2 weeks, the Oilers don't play a back-to-back until the final game before the Olympic break. So I don't get needing 3 goalies. I could maybe understand the logic of, okay, what if Jari's coming off injury? He could be injury prone. I know Tyler and Liam wouldn't like me saying that. And then you got Connor Ingram, who knows with injuries. But that's injury insurance in your goaltending group. The Oilers are already injured in their forward group and are literally starting the game down a man. And once again, you don't know. You plan injuries could happen during a hockey game. They can be freak accidents, whatever. I accounted for injuries in pre-gaming going, who knows, maybe something bad could happen. You could be down to 10 skaters. What I didn't account for, maybe that's on me, game misconducts, penalties, and Vasily Podkolzin. Let's start here. Unbelievable moment from him. I'll throw out the highlight here, Brett, because Connor McDavid trying to slice and dice through the defense. He takes a high hit. I don't think it was anything dirty. I don't think it was anything egregious. But the beauty of this is Vasily Podkolzin on auto shed immediately. Gloves off so fast, and he is in there ready to defend his captain. It was an unbelievable move from him, and it's one of the many reasons why he has become so endeared by this fan base, why we love him, why he continues to get promoted up this lineup. It's why he's on the top line. It's why he's on PP1 coming into this lineup. And sure, he does get 2 minutes for instigating. There is a 10-minute misconduct that comes here as well. Say what you want. We can talk about that in just a second. Take that out of it. I love this from Vasily Podkolzin. This is a guy that has stepped in to this Oilers lineup since being acquired. May I remind you, for a 4th-round pick, has been nothing but exponentially getting better and better and better and better. He plays the game the right way, the lunch pail, the hard hat, plays well with Leon Draisaitl. You move him to play with Connor McDavid, and this dude knows his role no matter where you put him in the lineup. He understands, if I'm going to play with 97, yes, I'm there to retrieve pucks, bang bodies, go to the net. I am also there to send a message that you do not fuck with the best player on planet Earth. And if you're going to have a high hit, once again, that I don't think was that bad, you're going to have to answer the bell. The message that sends to the rest of the team, the fan base, the crowd was into it immediately. And then the fact in the fight that he throws down pretty good, and Vasily Podkolzin is a guy that can kick your ass. Thoroughly, this move, everything in the game. And then if you want to take a macro view of it, Stan Bowman, the deal to get Vasily Podkolzin, chef's kiss, 4th-round pick. They now have re-signed this dude for another 3 years below a $3 million cap hit. And we, once again, have just seen him get better and better and better. And I tell you, by the end of this contract that he is now re-signed for, I think Vasily Podkolzin is going to be out playing $2.95 million a season. Feel very confident in that. There's so much to love about Vasily Podkolzin, and this, Menzies, is just one of the many perfect examples of the player, the person, the teammate that he is.
Let me tell you here, okay, this is the worst rule in the game. Worst rule in the game. Let's see it again. Brett, can we pull it up here? This guy, Ron, he was from Red River there. Okay, big hit. You don't like it. Whammo! Here comes Podkolzin. Colsey there. Kolba, Leva there. Oh, whammo! Right hand. Take him down. That's hockey. That's what everybody comes to see. They want to see entertainment. There was no entertainment tonight for the first 40 minutes, and you give him 17 minutes and penalties? Soft. The game's gone soft. Anyhow. There you go.
Couldn't believe and once again, I get the way the rules are.
Give them the 2. If you want to play that, fine. You know what?
Even though Kovacevic throws his mitts, a quarter of a second after Podkolzin throws his mitts, he just drilled the best player in hockey in the middle of the ice up high. He knows what's coming his way. He's ready to answer the bell. Give him 2, sure. That 10 minutes for me is just...
I just thought it would have been a scenario where everything was done right. I kind of think McDavid skates himself out of real estate. The defenseman, he's right there anyway, so he leans in the hit. Kind of, he hits him hard, but he kind of lays up. But Colson has the perfect response. He's standing up for his teammate, and that's hockey, baby. There we go, and we should play on. And instead it's not even the 2. I can live with the 2.
I can deal with it.
I can live with the 2. It's the 10, the punitive 10 minutes afterward that just, I don't
want to sit here and be the guy. I'm not bitching the Oilers lost this game because Vasily Podkolzin had to sit for 17 minutes. No, the Oilers lost this game because they couldn't sustain enough offense. They couldn't make enough plays. But I tell you, maybe I would feel differently about it if the Oilers weren't going 11-7, and then you instantly saw the dominoes start to, oh shit,
we have Draisaitl
running out of bodies.
It doesn't matter so much. I'm curious what hockeyfights.com, Brett Holden.
Well, it was just pretty interesting to see when Jonathan Kovacevic almost sent Connor McDavid to Ryan Seacrest's plastic surgeon. I mean, somebody needs to step up here, and I'm happy to see Vasily Podkolzin did.
Big time.
Also, Jason, and said, shout out Jason.
And somehow, that's not the worst call of the night. There wasn't a whole lot of whistles tonight by the officials. They let them play. But holy jumping. I mean,
the embellishment call on Connor McDavid was insane.
So not only that, you've got the defender, coming close to really taking a liberty on McDavid. And then meanwhile, Connor Brown is, going for a pony ride on McDavid's back. And, McDavid, he gets hauled down and they're taking both. Give me a break here.
I was stunned in the moment because,
McDavid doesn't have, as far as I know, or having watched McDavid play how many 100 games, doesn't have a reputation as a diver. That's not part of his game. I hate diving. I think it should be called, in fact, more often, and that we should take away this double trip and a dive. I hate that shit. It should be one or the other most often times, because most times it is one or the other. This is a scenario where McDavid is hauled down to the ice.
I mean, his skates aren't even beneath him. What is he supposed to do? I'm trying to find the clip here to bring it up. There's nobody somehow.
Use your imagination, brush.
But
give me a word picture.
Where's his feet supposed to go? I mean, you're just if he puts his feet underneath him, he's out for the rest of the year.
And you kind of mentioned it there about McDavid's not one to embellish. How many times a game, 4 or 5, do we see McDavid try and go up the ice, split the D with speed? Never been one to see him fall down purposefully because the man's trying to make plays. The man's trying to win the hockey game.
He doesn't disrespect the game in that way. No, he does not disrespect the game. And, look, there's been times Wayne did way back when. Other Oilers have of the past, other great players have at one time or another, taken a dive. I haven't seen McDavid really do it ever. And this is a scenario where if you're looking at that play as an official and he gets hauled down, come on. How do you think that occurred? So that was super frustrating because it's way more punitive to the Oilers. Obviously, it remains an Oilers power play 5-on-4, but now McDavid is put in the box, and then it ends up being the equivalent of a double minor because the play doesn't end for another 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, there's some. I also like this from Davin. He said reenactment needed. Get up and play it up. Would you care to?
There you go. Well, that's for the third hour. We'll be roll out a twister board.
We're going late tonight, boys. We're going late.
The motherfucker swung his legs to the side.
We also got a quick word here from one Chris Knobloch. Sounds in the Room, brought to you by our friends at Dog Patch, the very bar restaurant below us. Unbelievable service, unbelievable pizzas they make. Shout out to our boy Reese, who left us the scraps of his pizza tonight.
Yeah.
We crushed that bad boy. Dog Patch. Follow them on socials. Unbelievable menu items. They post every single day of like a special dinner item. It's ridiculous, the stuff that they do down there. And honestly, it's cruel that we have to work above them every single day. But Brett, we got Chris Knobloch here talking to the media post-game, talking about his team's effort tonight. Let's take a listen.
We just played with simplicity. We just wanted that win in the third period, where I think we just kind of thought it was going to be easy. You know, our previous two games were. Not because we didn't work, we did. We just anticipated it's just going to be easy. Once we dug in the third period and showed some urgency and, nothing fancy. We didn't drop any plays. It was just a lot faster and a lot quicker and won some more battles, and we were able to get a lot more scoring chances.
More urgency. It's going to be a theme. You're going to hear it multiple times on this post-game show, multiple times tomorrow on Oilers Nation every day. And then Thursday, we're back to it, taking on the Pittsburgh Penguins. And we can, as Mulek said, bury the tape and completely forget about this one. Let's go now. Good, Bad, Oily, brought to you by Oodle Noodle, where Michael Menzies. What'd you order tonight?
Oh, I got the fried rice. I put some beef in there, and then I thought I'd spice it up, get some spring rolls as well. So lots of leftovers for me tomorrow. So
you're telling me a chicken fried that rice?
Yeah, I tell you what.
I hated that initially, Brett, and then I love that at the end. You know what? I appreciate the hell out of that.
I don't know what the hell this guy's talking about anyhow. We got the good, the bad, the oily.
We kick it off with the good. There's few and far between. We could have maybe went with the third period effort where the Oilers did grab some urgency.
Yeah.
We went with the Matt Savoy goal because he scores tonight for the first time in 16 games. He was playing on a duo with Ike Howard, you might say, running through several different centermen, Connor McDavid, Nuge, Curtis Lazar, even got some shifts with Jack Roslovic as well. And this goal, I'm going to be real with you. I found this absolutely hilarious because the man, Matt Savoy, has not scored in 16 games. Menzies, we've talked about it a lot and how Uncle Jack and the kids has been around it. They've had their opportunities. I wouldn't even necessarily say that they're snake bitten. They're just adjusting to scoring in the NHL. We've seen Matt Savoy rip pucks 4-5 feet wide of the net. Ike Howard has obviously had his struggles. And the irony of Matt Savoy's goal here, first one in 16 games, is, Brett, the more we watch this, we'll get it from the behind angle behind the goalie. I'm pretty sure Matt Savoy tried to get out of the way of this puck.
Yeah.
That he actively moved to the left from this angle trying to get out. But hey, got to be good to be lucky to be good. It is what it is. You can kind of see that they're in slow motion, and it just eventually goes off of him, redirects, and is able to beat Jake Allen. It's the only goal the Oilers would score tonight. So we are kind of tough choosing here on the good this evening.
Well, his stick didn't help him, so his face got involved.
Got to do what you got to do. But
and he's got a nice, cute face. He put it on the line tonight.
Any means necessary, Menzies. Matt Savoy got on the score sheet tonight.
Yeah, and he needs it because it was a 16-game goalless drought. It's not for lack of chances. And, one thing is this season goes along and his career goes along, I think we see where Savoy has been naturally better. Like, he's got a high hockey IQ. I think that helps him in getting a lot of these scoring chances and can be trusted on both sides of the ice. And he's been trusted to kill penalties, and he's been out there taking some of the hard minutes. One thing I wonder is he, an above average NHL finisher? That's, I think, a challenge
right now.
that he will. confront here as the season goes along. But that's his 8th of the year. And if this season goes along and Savoy in his rookie season has, let's say, 15 goals, that's all right. So, they all count the same at the end of the day. And this tied the game. So, hey, he needs it. We move on.
I don't want to be too harsh on Matt Savoy by any degree. He is a young player, a smaller player at that, adjusting to the NHL. He's been a top 6 guy most of his life, too. He's playing in the bottom 6, limited minutes, tougher competition. I think Matt Savoy will be fine at the end of the day. These are just the growing pains that come with the NHL. The other thing I like about a man is whether or not he's honest or not. So let's take a listen to Matt Savoy postgame talking about the goal that he scored tonight.
Big face-off win by Rosie, and then I was trying to get out of the way. I think Wally was going a little high, but obviously not a high stick, so I was pretty fortunate there.
Did you see it like you were just trying to get out, not to hit with it?
Yeah, exactly. I thought it was going to ride up pretty high on me, so tried getting out of the way, and luckily hit a stick, and so good shot by Wally there.
He's an honest man. He's an honest man. He's not going to lie to our faces. Yeah, man, that puck's coming at me. I'm getting out of the way too, but you find a way. Any means necessary. They don't ask how, they just ask how, man.
Yep. It counts. It counts for him. So there you go. Chalk it up. The drought is, but he's getting these opportunities, and it's either right in the breadbasket for the goaltender, or he had the one-timer lug that was wide. That's something as the season goes along. Hopefully he's able to put a couple more of those into the net, because he is out there for chances. He is in areas where he's going to get chances because he's a smart hockey player. And I'm sure that's the reason why he was drafted as high as he was for the size he was, going through from, as a young kid to bantam to playing junior at Winnipeg and everything else. So, it's going to take time. These kids are young and they haven't played a ton of National Hockey League games.
You're also trying to do it on a Stanley Cup contender where expectations are through the roof.
Well, that's
for young players to step in this youth movement we've all been asking for. Abby's in and said, I'd rather have Ryan McLeod over 22, but that's just me.
Well, they were never going to sign him to that much money.
And once again, it's 2 different career paths. Yes, Ryan McLeod maybe more in his prime right now. It's for the future potential of what Matt Savoy could be.
What did Ryan McLeod do?
Exactly,
here?
Brett. We did a lot of post games. I called him the cardio king.
Oh yeah,
he's the cardio. But we're not doing post games about Ryan McLeod.
If we had jeans back then, he would have the jeans a lot.
Oh, we'd be wearing them.
Oh, you didn't like skating as fast as he did, letting up on the first defenseman back?
I don't even want to
look. Ryan McLeod's carved out a good career for himself now in Buffalo. He's in a role. He's in a spot that he can succeed. Look, it's the same even with Stuart Skinner now in Pittsburgh. Look, Skinner's been on a good role here lately. It doesn't necessarily mean that Skinner was going to be on this role here in Edmonton, because there's a lot of baggage here in Edmonton. The time had passed. The move, all things considered, for what the Oilers could get in having to cut the cap space that they had to, those aren't the moves that you're upset about, particularly that summer, with the summer of Jeff, running ragged over this team's long-term future with who they prioritized and who they didn't. That's not the scenario we're talking about here.
I don't want to live in any of those past worlds. I live in the present, because our presence is a present. I believe that's the line that they say. With good comes bad. This one's obvious. We went with puck management in this hockey game. Granted, there's several things you could have thrown for the bad tonight. First 40 minutes, lack of offense, perimeter, no finishing. We went with just puck management as a whole, and maybe the Oilers' inability to complete some simple passes from time to time. Just a sloppy, lethargic game. We've been negative as much as we've been already. I don't need to get further into it. The bad was the hockey game in general tonight. That moves us then to the Oily, where we
I just have one word briefly on that puck management. The nights that the Oilers can, move cleanly and efficiently out of their D zone, they're going to be set up for success. They're going to win a lot more of those games than they lose. Tonight, there were long stretches where it was a struggle and a battle. And how many times
they couldn't get the puck out of their own
did
end.
Emerson put it in Nurse's ass, as a pass. The Nurse put it up Emerson's ass in a pass, and they're both just fiddling around with it. Next thing you know, or they're extended in the D zone, and away we go.
It was bad. I remember to start this hockey game too. Like
the ice might be the oily.
The ice was bad tonight in Rogers Place, and I know that we've been voted the number one ice in the entire NHL, and that's for people who are much smarter than me to decide that. But pucks were jumping over both teams' sticks. Guys were falling over, catching edges. Linesmen also falling over, catching edges.
Yeah,
it was a weird one tonight. Obviously, that's not a reason the Oilers lost. But I'm looking for bad. Southpaw said the heated rivalry of ass passes. Just going to power through that one. Thank you for that, Brett. Thank you for throwing that up on the screen. With good comes bad. With bad comes oily. We went with the Vasily Podkolzin fight. Unbelievable moment with thoroughly, for me, the highlight of the night from both teams. I could watch him auto shed those mitts 100 times over, and we know Pods. He cannot be taken lightly. He can throw down with the best of them. It did seem like there was a little bit of respect here at the end of this one. Just love Vasily Podkolzin. I did my rant earlier. There's so much to love about this dude. The fighting is just such an added bonus to it all. I mean, just his on-ice play is something that every fan can fall in love with. But then you do stuff like this, man. And Oilers fans, we are simple folk, all right? You work hard, you bang bodies, you defend the best player on planet Earth, the captain of your team, and brother, we are going to love you and support you for the rest of your life.
He's an honest hockey player. He plays the game the right way. He's an honest hockey player, and there was no second guessing whatever. And that is so rare in the game today to see, a fellow teammate auto shed that quickly and get right in there. We just don't see it a lot. Good for him. He got punished profusely for it and by the officials, and that was too bad. But man, good for him. Scores the takedown. Judges would roll out a Podkolzin win. You think, Brett?
Hockey fights?
I'm giving it Podkolzin win, but I'll go check what hockey fights.
On Thursday. Let's check hockey fights and we'll revisit whether or not Podkolzin did in fact win that fight. But dude, 12 goals on the season, 23 points. I believe Pods is 6th on the team in points this year. He just finds ways to make you love him.
All 5-on-5, pretty much.
Unbelievable.
All even strength.
He even had chances on the power play tonight as well. Jake Wallman had one when Pods was sitting in the box for 17 straight minutes. But I digress. The only other Oiler, or yes, Brett?
Currently 75% Vasily Podkolzin.
Yeah, let's go. That's probably Oilers fans getting in there. But
Harold Letterman, you remember HBO of Boxing After Dark?
Oh,
Harold Letterman, Jim Lampley would throw. Okay, Jim, I got this fight 3 rounds to 2. Manny Pacquiao. Marquez can't handle his speed. Pacquiao landing the jab, the quick combinations, 3 rounds to 2. Manny Pacquiao.
Brett, how many times have we brought up Manny Pacquiao today randomly throughout the
3 times too many, and I think it's been 3.
It's Manny Pacquiao Day here at Oilers Nation.
There's
HQ.
who else would ever do a Harold Letterman impression from HBO Boxing After Dark?
Shout out.
This is why you watch Oilers Nation.
This is why you tune in,
After
folks,
Dark.
is you're getting the overtired version of the boys. The only other Oilie that we did possibly as an option, Curtis Lazar did play in his 600th NHL game. He had a joke pregame saying, I wonder what my t-shirt's going to look like and when everybody wears it. Just sounds like an absolute beauty. He caught up with the media post-game talking about playing in game number 600. Let's take a listen.
How'd you get to 600, do you think? What did it for you?
It's not my hands, that's for sure. No, honestly, it's just work, passion, competitiveness, a lot of help from my family and coaches, teammates. And you hit a milestone like this, it's fun just to kind of reflect on the journey, the ups and downs in between, the stops along the way, and all the people that have helped me get here. And I'm still playing competitive hockey, in the best league of the world, so I'm proud of myself for that.
When you were in the minors, you were thinking you'd get 600 games?
I did. Yeah, I mean, going down in the American League, I think it was my 3rd or 4th season was the best thing for me. I own that. I could have went one of 2 ways. I just put my head down and worked, and it's paying off now. So I'm proud of myself, and I feel like I'm playing some pretty good hockey.
Talk about likable guys, Vasily Podkolzin. How about that dude right there just talking about work.
And it's good because at 1 a.m, we're going to do the top 10 Curtis Lazar.
You should have been tuned in. Wait for hour 5 when
we've got sports top 10
highlight of the night. That'll do it for the good, the bad, the early. Brought to you by Oodle Noodle. Quickly, Who's wearing the jeans tonight, folks? Brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky. Only the finest tasting meat products earn the Wilhauk name. Made from 100% Alberta beef. Their jerky is aged, seasoned, smoked, and marinated to savory perfection. For more information, head on over to wilhaukbeefjerky.com. For me, my jeans thoroughly go into the pairing of Darnell Nurse and Ty Emberson. Obviously, I think this game's number one low light is Darnell Nurse deciding to take the dumbest change you could possibly take in that moment, creating a 2-on-1 going the other way for the New Jersey Devils, as you see it here on the highlight. Getting it 1, 2, 3 extra shots. And, here, just skate on in. Free pass from the blue line in. And obviously Dawson Mercer puts that on his tape. And Cody Glass, it was the Cody Glass game on a night like this. But it's not just Darnell Nurse. I understand that he is the whipping boy. He's the easy one to pick on. Ty Emerson was bad in this hockey game. He, in his own end, battling along his own boards in those brief moments where you need to make a play with the puck. You need to put it on somebody else's stick or glassing out and just live to see another day. There were so many moments where Emerson, behind his own net, in his own end, fumbles with the puck, loses it, banks it off the boards. What do you know? Another 30 seconds for the New Jersey Devils, especially in the first period for MB. It was bad, man. It was hard to watch. Obviously, the Oilers going with 7 defensemen in this hockey game. Alec Regula played a whopping 2 minutes and 35 seconds. Not saying he would have been any better by any degree. In fact, I'm saying no, he wouldn't have been better by any degree. That pairing tonight, though, they were up against it. Sometimes it's when I look at these numbers, because it says the Nurse-Emerson pairing expected goals for percentage of 49.2. Bullshit here from MoneyPuck.com.
Wow, yeah. It was just the one thing I worry about with Emerson, because he typically is good fancies, and he can play, usually a good quiet 15 minutes. But now being elevated, I went through my Nurse rant earlier. But if there's any type of forechecking pressure, and if they're closing in on quick, he will at times have deer in the headlights look.
Yeah. He panics.
And that's, as the season goes along, look, because after Ekholm, Bouchard, Wallman, and Nurse, you have 3 guys that Spencer Stastny's okay, he's all right. You got Emerson and you have Regula. And 2 out of 3 of those last names are going to have to play, an important role as the games get more important. So that's just something I'm watching with Emerson. And largely Emerson was shielded away from the big important spotlights last season. So something to watch for there.
Southpaw also said the jeans, the instigator rule.
Yeah, my jeans tonight are Riley Brace, Cody Beach, Killian McNamara, and Travis Toomey.
Those are refs and linesmen?
That's the refs and the linesmen.
Mm.
I also, we talk about the missed penalties and the penalties called. How about some of the icings and the offsides that were missed?
The first period non-icing nearly led to a goal against.
Absolutely. It could have led to an injury as well.
Yeah.
I like telling me, look, he said, styles make fights, boys. New Jersey are one of the fastest forechecking teams in the league, which sometimes we do need to. I get this as an Oilers postgame show. There is another team on the other side of the ice that get paid millions of dollars themselves. So we do have to give them credit, especially to start that hockey game. They were physical and they were making it troublesome for some Oilers defensemen to handle that forecheck or any attempt at handling it.
My jeans tonight, the man with the
big yellow hat,
no trade clause, 1 more year after this year,
Matthias
Janmark. I just thought he was dreadful. I thought he was dreadful with the puck. Just explosive passes, would cut right to left that led to turnovers, ozone. I thought it was an especially poor game with him, and not more under the microscope because the Oilers had they were down an extra forward. You're talking about there was much more going on for the Devils anyways when he was on the ice, and then he gets the puck. I mean, expected. If you want to go the expected route, the expected goals for.
What do you think? Are you looking at
13.17% is what Natural Stat Trick has to give a counter to your money puck. So anyway.
Oh, mine was also equally as bad.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
It was bad for Matthias.
I mean, that's not the fancy stats conflicting with the eyeballs there.
That's both meshing together,
Yeah.
supporting an argument right there.
So I was not impressed. I didn't think it was very good.
The jeans are the jeans. Somebody also said Nurse is wearing the tightest of jeans.
That's just a selfish play. Like, come on.
You were pissed. You were pissed
well,
in the moment. I was frustrated. You were pissed.
It's just a selfish play. Like, he's an NHL veteran. He is a veteran. He knows it's a long change. He has no idea where the puck was as he finally gets untangled and then starts going toward the bench. And by the time he gets to the bench, they're digging the puck out of the net. The linesman is to go for the center ice draw. Like, it's just a frustrating play. And again, the whole game is frustrating because that's the difference in a game against in a winnable game against an opponent that was just okay.
Yeah. Margins for error were that small, and you can't have a mistake like that. All I could think in the moment was like, what did Cody Glass feel when he's getting a couple shots from Darnell, and then he just all of a sudden fucks off and runs to the bench? And he goes, wait, do I just got a free run straight to the net here? Put it on my tape. Bang, back of the net. It's again, give Cody Glass credit, but that is a gift-wrapped present under the tree that's just like, fuck it, whatever. I got to go sit on the bench for a little bit. Frustrating.
He should have sat for a little while, and Regulich had more than whatever he played is 235.
Whoa, careful.
No,
I can't get that.
No, like
A
put him
message can be
down
sent.
for a few minutes.
Just a few minutes.
No, I'm not saying the whole game.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the whole period, but they have a guy riding the pine who's not playing at all that night. And in a margin of errors game like that,
I don't know how you can wear a letter and then make that play and just completely throw your team under the bus, everybody else on the ice, and be like, well, I don't want the -1. So I'm like, and there's so many good things that Darnell Nurse does leadership wise. He gets in fights. We know he's vocal in the locker room, good in the community. That's an outlier for Darnell Nurse, right? That's an outlier. Normally he is much more dialed in to those moments. So I want to make that clear, but we got to call a spade here.
That's definitely one where the least you could do is sit there and go, hey, hand up. That's on me. Especially with an A. Oh, no, what?
I don't know what Battle was just laughing so hard at.
probably
over there in the
me
other room.
looking, as you said that, like this to the camera.
Yeah, fair enough. Speaking of jeans, let's go to Bordzy's Bankroll, brought to you by Bet365, 19 plus. Please play responsibly. It's perfect over the
How'd
weekend.
you do?
Went 6 for 6, Brett. I want it up for half a second, and I want it off the screen immediately. There we go. That's it. That was Bordzy's Bankroll, brought to you by Bet365, 19 plus. Please play responsibly. I don't know what happened. Well, I don't know what happened tonight. No, I do know what happened. The Oilers didn't do shit for 40 minutes. And
you know what's tough too? Jeopardy today. Doesn't that seem like a much more challenging Jeopardy?
Tournament of Champions isn't for us.
So I got in, at a really good time. Obviously, it's like, 3:45, thinking, okay, we'll get going at 6. No, puck drops at 8.
Oh, 8:20.
Yeah, 8:20. Good Lord. So we had our Jeopardy. We went down the Wheel of Fortune lane, looked at Ryan Seacrest's ghoulish face.
We watched
We watched some
Do you guys remember
Yeah.
the show that was on YTV back in the day? We were giving young Reese a lesson to what TV shows were like for us growing up.
Mhm.
With the Punisher and the slime. It's one of the most weirdest things now as a 30-year-old man to look back on and be like,
children's
what
programming.
were they going for with that one? Like, why is Bane covered in slime and abusing these children? But
a 10-year-old's trying to name the capital of Ontario, and if he doesn't get it, his teammates getting dunked
as
on
the
with
Dominator, the Punishers, or whatever the fuck their name
dressed
is.
in all leather
And dragging
weird.
an 8-year-old by her hair into the dump.
Yeah, so let me know if you've seen
And when we watched, so you didn't know
Excellent
Dog
television.
Eat Dog, which
We
is
did a lot tonight.
Dog Eat Dog, Brooke Burns hosting. If you haven't seen Dog Eat Dog, now that's
a show. That's a show for you. We're children of the 90s. All right, we're children of the 90s.
Yeah.
Final one. We got some voicemails, folks.
Let's go.
You see him pinned at the top of the chat. The voicemail is brought to you by Swiss Donair because, come on now, folks, they've been doing it in the city for 25 years, and now they're open 7 days a week. Swiss Donair, home of the old school Donair, with options if you want some flair. The pride of the North Side. They're great for events at home or office. Check out their location at 8308 144 Ave Northwest or order online at SwissDonair.com. This is my favorite part of the show because I don't really have to do much at this part.
Yeah,
Brett, producer Brett Holden.
Down. Yeah, clack it.
Oh, I just messed over the screen right there. I shouldn't have done that. Brett, take it away.
It scared me for a half second.
Let me open that back up. There.
Careful. All right. First off, so we have 4 tonight. The first one we are getting from Pan. Just Pan.
Yeah, g'day. It's Pan from Australia. Love the show. Been watching it for ages. What the hell was that game? Why can't we string 3 in a row? It's getting frustrating. It'll happen, but Jesus, Murphy is horrible at the moment. Love this team. Love everything about it. Love the fans. Thank you very much. Have a good one.
I love you.
That's great.
Wow.
That was unbelievable. We got Adam to the map.
I'm turned on.
There's just something about it.
I want to know if he's a King Gizzard or the Lizard Wizard fan, or if he follows Flightless Records, the good Aussie bands that are keeping the music industry going.
I once met this guy at LAX who toured around with King Lizard, Gizzard, Wizard, or whatever.
Fucking nailed.
That accent was so good. I got lost in that guy's eyes, and I didn't even see him face to face. What did he say?
Murphy, what's going on with this team? That's fucking good. Frustrating,
brother. Okay, the first one was the 3 in a row. If I had an answer for why the Oilers couldn't win 3 in a row, I would monopolize that. I would patent it, and I would sell it for millions of fucking dollars to Daryl Cates, because nobody knows why this is happening to the Edmonton Oilers. It makes no logical sense. It's not like they're a bad team. They're sitting comfortably second place in the Pacific Division, a hopeful playoff team down the year, and you don't need to go on long winning streaks to get to the playoffs or win the cup. It would be nice. It would be nice to confidence build, gain some momentum. I don't know, dude. I have no idea why it felt like tonight. This was the one I was the most confident in. Out of all the 9 opportunities that I have sat in this very chair, tonight was the night. It's January. They're on home ice. Their goaltending has been good. It was good tonight in this one, but at the end of the day, you start with 11 forwards. You spend 17 of it with 10 of them, one of them not being Leon Draisaitl, and the Oilers just didn't have it tonight.
Yeah, at one point, I will say, just about Australia, just put a bow on it. I was listening to Wolf Mother on the way in today, and I just thought, you talk about 20th anniversary of High School Musical today. You know, Oasis did a great tour. I went to Toronto, saw both shows. Obviously, they're British. They're not Aussie. But imagine if you could brand it 20th anniversary tour. Rogers Place, Wolf Mother and Jet. Wolf Mother and Jet. 2 Aussie rock staples of the mid-2000s. Those tickets are flying. They are flying.
That leads me to a second question. Chat, anybody going to Offspring next weekend? Because I am. Does anybody want to join Menzies and I for Rise Against?
I'm thinking about going to Rise Against.
I think we're going to Rise Against.
My fiance will be at Offspring, so I will have a Friday night to myself.
I'm not going to repeat the joke I made earlier.
No,
so
careful.
I'm just going to leave that one.
Careful.
But it was funny. It was funny.
All righty, heading off to the next voicemail. This is from, as Battle puts it, Anonymous, brackets, Shoresy season 3.
Oh. Yo, what up, fellas? Not gonna lie, I didn't watch the full game because I was shotgunning too many freaking Ronas and definitely popped too many Zenicinos upper deck. But, dude, Tristan Jarry, this guy is legit. I'm not gonna lie. That save that he made, holy shit, what a save. You know what I mean? Like, that's a save that not going to say his name, couldn't make, you know what I mean? But yeah, hell of a game from the boys. Tough we took the L, but we're going to get right back at it on Thursday against Stuart Skinner. So yeah, hell of a game tonight, boys. Tristan Jarry's the GOAT. Peace out. Much love. Make sure you guys pop your Zenicinos upper deck. Peace out.
I thought he was going to say his name, and then he said his name then.
My Lord, if that's not
who would do
if that's not a 6'7" tall blonde 20-year-old.
No, that's not him. That's not him.
Couple Zenicinos, Ronskis, brother. I was shotgunning to Peyton, you're the worst.
Do you think that's him?
No way
No.
could that ever be.
Add-on? No.
Tristan Jarry is good. I don't appreciate your Stuart Skinner slander, but hey, I'll call a spade a spade. I have eyes. The goaltending has been much improved.
Well, you know what
since
this
the Edmonton
means?
Oilers.
You know what this means? So the Oilers, okay, they should have had, 4 or 5 goals tonight. How many chances they had? They are going to beat Stuart Skinner like a rented mule. Michael motorcycle. The quote, the old Penguins play-by-play. Oh, Sydney, scratch my back with a hacksaw.
Slap me, silly Sydney.
That's right. Yeah, it's going to be one of those. That's
Excellent
good.
spin zone. The Oilers, they're due for a couple goals tonight.
We have
thing
a
is
baby.
Let's go. Congratulations to our boy Bo and wife. Congratulations on I hope a happy, healthy baby. May have lost.
Mainly the wife.
Bo, how was cheerleading?
Yeah.
Did you bring your Nintendo Switch? How did you entertain yourself for a couple hours? Let's go, Bo. Let's go.
Whoa. Boy, girl.
Where's the voicemail?
Yeah.
Get her on the line.
Get her on the fucking horn.
If I don't hear that, how many pounds and how many ounces in the next
We're
10
staying
minutes?
live.
I'm on my way.
Bo,
Let's go.
congratulations, buddy. We love you so much. Bo, it's one of my favorite parts about going to Greta, going to Dog Patch, doing all these opportunities, nation vacations. We get to meet you guys and actually build relationships as humans.
Yeah.
Bo, you're one of the best people I've ever met. You're an absolute stud. You deserve nothing but the best. You and your wife and your other children. It's not Bo's first rodeo here.
Oh,
It's not his
there
first
you go.
rodeo. Well,
I
we
just
love
want
you.
a scouting report. Can I get?
I'm gonna need to know the specs.
I want to get a jump.
I need
on
a height
the
and weight.
26s. I need a jump on the
We need a stat
26s.
line on the kid. Absolutely.
Come on.
Born 11 pounds, 5 ounces.
Damn.
11 pounds.
Holy fuck.
It's humongous. Damn. Holy shit.
Is your
she-
wife okay?
Yeah, did she beat you up afterwards? 11 pounds, 5 ounces. Holy moly.
And in this corner.
Yeah. Holy smokes. He could have fought back his career. Holy
Damn.
Fucking put him up. He's fourth line center.
Yeah. That's Bo. We love you. We appreciate you. And rest up is what I'd say about that one.
It was the time. 11:05. I was going to say 11 pounds.
Okay, how many
The
pounds?
heaviest baby.
He put P.
Yeah,
he put 11
he put
P.
P. What
That's
am I
what got me.
doing? Oh, my
Okay, reel it back in.
goodness.
Reel it back in. Dial it in. Voicemails, Bo. Give me this.
My mic stand won't stay.
Everything's falling apart.
teetering over.
It's past midnight. It's now Wednesday here at Oilersnation HQ. I'm on hour 15, and I'm not done yet. Brett, give me more voicemails.
All right, next up we got, well, if you want to get a little serious, David Attenborough. Just
The Edmonton Oilers power play struggled tonight.
Did the Oilers lose tonight? I couldn't tell me.
This is genuinely from David Attenborough.
I, David Attenborough, just had to call into Oilers Nation after dark to inquire how one might receive the call to narrate the astonishing magnificence that is Connor McDavid. I feel I may be adequately equipped to formulate unique synonyms for magnificence that have not yet been said about the rare Connor McDavid. Love you, Bordzy, and as always, cup here.
Clap it up. Clap it up. Shout out David Attenborough making his first appearance on the show. This is what I talk about. You guys need to take advantage of AI and voice modulators. I never want to know who's sending me the actual voicemail. I don't even know what he said on that.
He was applying for a job.
Oh, you're hired.
We wanted astonishing synonyms.
Connor McDavid.
Connor McDavid.
I am sweating.
Yeah, literally.
By
I got
the
beads
way,
of sweat going
The
everywhere.
largest newborn ever recorded was Babe, a 22-pound. What? A 22-pound, 28 inch. Boy.
She gave birth to a cannibal.
Who sadly only lived 11 hours.
Why?
Good thing I waited on my joke until he said that. And usually I'm really
Andre the Giant.
But their parents were both almost 8 feet tall. Apparently, I don't know. This is on Reddit. I don't even know if this is true, but I just thought I was curious.
If you learned anything on tonight's Oilers Nation After Dark, 22.
I'm going to
what?
Guinness World Records.
The fucking
I'm solving
doctor
this.
underneath is going, here we go. Down.
He's taking the snap.
Blue 14.
Yeah, no, that was the longest baby. Was 28 inches.
The longest?
The longest. That's according to Guinness, that's the Guinness book. That's what they call it, the longest. Sorry. And then the heaviest was
Fucking
22
jealous.
pounds.
Damn, dude. Well, Bo, it's not that bad. So there we go. Did Bo give us the stats? Did he give us the numbers?
Yeah.
No. No.
11:05 is what
Chad, if you're still with us at this point in the night,
we're only gaining. We're only
you
gaining.
knew what you were going to get at some point. I love that Mulek's in here right now because a little bit different than ONE vibe, brother.
Well, we have one more voicemail.
Buff Snelda, they've lost the plot. Oh, yeah, we lost it 20 minutes ago.
Oh, well, all right. So this last voicemail is from Dre.
What up, Oilers Nation? What up, Bordzy? Little bit of a rough go tonight, but it is what it is. Bordzy, if we get 2 more shutouts before the Olympic break, will you get a tattoo in Vegas on cam? Live show, baby. Just like Brett. Don't leave your bro hanging. Although he's a Dodgers fan, so he can kind of go fuck himself.
Oh,
hell yeah, Dre! Way to close it out there at the end.
Whoa, what?
You're doing a great job. You're doing a great job.
What about that, Samink? 2 more shows.
Okay. So let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games remain on the schedule for the Edmonton Oilers. 2 shutouts, and I have to get tattooed. He didn't say what the tattoo is. Didn't give me size.
Right.
I'm in. I'm in on this. I'm in on this. Crazy out here. I've always said I'm missing something on my lower back. Let me show you. Let me show the chat. All ideas are welcome. I'm not doing a tramp stamp tattoo, but you know what? I wanted
to. A little truck
me and Brett. So you weren't here last year. Are you aware of the lore of the tattoo bet we made last year?
I only know that there's a bet. There was
Brett's
a tattoo.
taking his pants off right now.
Here we go.
Continue.
If I had a loony to throw,
I got it from Matt earlier in the chat. Don't worry, you gave the one. But it was a block shot bet between Brett Kulak. He had Ty Emberson. We then allowed him to bring in Jake Wallman from the trade deadline in.
Okay.
And Jake Wallman was blocking a lot of shots, so he had to get tattooed. I was fully prepared to get tattooed because I don't have one. I've never had one. Clean cut look. Never goes out of style.
Same as well. Yeah, no tats.
Me, Ty, Liam, all 3 of us no tats. You as well.
I look like I would have tattoos.
Yeah, it's a little surprising to me. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Let me see that lower back.
Yeah, well, I don't really count the one on my right ass cheek, but that was...
that's a birthmark.
I have 3 tattoos. All of them are from lost bets. I have one on my leg, one on my shoulder, and the other is a nose in my armpit.
I mean, I'm in with Percy. He says it looks so good. I think he's referring to the tramp stamp, actually, now that I say this.
You should get a neck tattoo.
I'm down if we get 2 shutouts in the next 7 games. Don't need 1 from each. I just need 2 total.
Yep.
60-minute performances. If it goes to overtime, whatever minutes we need, no funny business here. I will get tattooed in Las Vegas. Something funny. I'll do something funny, something ridiculous. I'm not going to make it massive, but I got room on my ass cheek now that I think about it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm in. I'm a man of the people. I'm a man for the content gang. Get daddy.
I've seen a tattoo like that in IRL.
Let me chat. Let's mull this over.
I don't want to go too deep in the Bonneville
By
stories,
Thursday on pre-gaming, if you have ideas, we can throw that. That was awesome. Okay. I think we need to go home, gentlemen. It is about 12:10 on Wednesday
How long did
morning.
we go this one?
Hour
20.
20. There we go. Last time we went 90 minutes for a 60-minute 1-0 game. I'll stop at 80 minutes. Shout out to Michael Menzies joining me, contributor here on Oilers Nation, who will not be joining me on Thursday night.
No.
Tell the folks where you're going to be, because I'm fully in support of this. I did one of these myself years ago, and I got third place.
Me and some friends are doing Seinfeld trivia. I'm not even actually sure which bar is doing it, but she is kind of organizing it. And she's like, Menzies, we need you for Seinfeld trivia. So Seinfeld trivia Thursday night. I texted you yesterday. You're like, what can you do? I said some things that were a little inappropriate, but then I said Tuesday I'm available. Thursday's tough. I don't want to break. We bought tickets. We bought tickets to Seinfeld trivia. So I want to play.
Such a Seinfeld guy that if you told me you were avoiding Seinfeld trivia night to do this show, I would actually be upset. Like, I would genuinely be upset.
If I had watched this game and I was missing Seinfeld
now, Thursday is going to be the Penguins once again. Oilers Nation will be going live. That's at 7 p.m. So pre-gaming will be live at 6 p.m. that night.
Yada, yada, yada.
I'm really tired today. Unbelievable stuff from Michael Menzies. He's been a great addition to the pre and post game team. Brett Holden, awesome job as always. Intern Tristan doing bang up job as well. And everybody in the chat. I'm getting hiccups right now. If you can't tell, I'm fighting through. Nice. Brett scared me. I love you all. I appreciate you all. Throw down your courtesy like on the way out. Make sure you are subscribed to the ON YouTube, and we will be live tomorrow, 12:01 Mountain Standard Time for Oilers Nation every day, where I am so happy to tell you I think we fixed all the streaming issues that have been plaguing me for an entire week. I would say to you, you might ask, Boards, what was the issue? I have no idea.
Well, it's good because it's fixed the problem in time for tomorrow, because there's the top 11 trade targets of the last 24 hours.
Tune in. Oilers Nation every day, 12:01 Mountain Standard Time. I love you all. Throw down your courtesy like on the way out. It really helps the algorithm. And boys, we got to go to bed. I got to be back here in like 8 hours. Back. That'll do it for us. I love you all. Sleep tight. Good night.
What's up, Nation citizens? If you enjoyed today's episode of Oilers Nation every day, make sure you hit the subscribe button here on our YouTube to not miss any of our content. We got you covered, from interviews, insight, analysis, everything you need to stay up to date on everything around the team. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video.